Hello, Mike Feltberger, and today's Racing Photo Memory Makers will be a continuation of cars with 20s in their numbers. The last episode seemed to go over pretty well, so we're going to continue on with 10 more stars in cars with 20 in their numbers. First up, seen here at the Reading Fairgrounds in the 25 Coupe, that's Blaine Sadler. Blaine was a strong runner at the Hatfield and Saratoga Speedways. Coming to the Reading Fairgrounds, driving the 25. Later in his career, he would take to the Speedways in a number 47, run Bridgeport and East Windsor. Here's Blaine Sadler in the 25 at Reading in the mid-60s. Strong campaigner no matter where he went, Kenny Sauter in the pinot body number 25 big block. Kenny heading through turn number 2 at the Reading Fairgrounds. Could always be counted on for putting on a good show. Kenny's later careers found him heading to Bridgeport and following the mod car circuit in the mid-80s. That's Kenny Sauter in the 25 modified at Reading. The George Hudick number 26 Gremlin with a 90-degree fuel injector system has Lenny Soroka at the wheel. Lenny was a Daniel Boone 200 fast timer in the Gremlin-bodied George Hudick race car. Here he is heading through turns number 1. That's Lenny Soroka in the George Hudick number 26 at Reading. On the high banks at Big Diamond Raceway, Randy Werner in his cell phone 26. Randy made a good account of himself on the tri-track circuit at Big Diamond, Grandview, and Penn National in his cell phone race car. Putting on a good show on a limited budget, that's Randy Werner in the 26. I have no idea how this guy got the nickname of Mau Mau, but Leroy Mau Mau Amy heading through turns number 2 at the Reading Fairgrounds in his 27 coach. Leroy was a fantastic chauffeur at the Nazareth Half Mile, driving his number 27. Made a lot of stops at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Few stops at Reading, but he's caught here in turn number 2 racing action. That's Leroy Mau Mau Amy in the 27 coach. Continuing on with the 27, Stan Plosky in the 27 coach, a Daniel Boone 200 winner, sitting on the front stretch staging area waiting for the other feature cars to come lining up so they can take their pace lap and go green. That's Stan Plosky in the mid-60s in the 27 coach at the Reading Fairgrounds. A Reading feature winner and also a former employee at the Tobias Speed Equipment plant, Tommy Long. Tommy from Lemden got the Ronnie Blatt 27 in the victory lane. Big body Gremlin heading into turn number 3. Tommy is now a mechanic building engines for the Rich Tobias Slingshot division. That's Tommy Long in the 27. A 1986 stop at the Nazareth Speedway has Scott Purcell in the 27. Scott made a good showing at the Nazareth Half Mile as well as putting on a show at the Flemington Fair Speedway. 1986 was the year, heading through turn number 2 at the Nazareth Half Mile. Scott Purcell in the 27. Starting his career at the Reading Fairgrounds, driving a 554 Coupe, Steve Schroll. Steve would later have rides in the Leinbach Brothers number 9, also the self-owned Schroll Brothers Racing number 97. Here he is, seen here in the late model body number 28 big block, heading through turns number 1 and 2 at the Reading Fairgrounds. That's Steve Schroll in the Schroll Brothers Racing 28. And rounding out our 10 stars in cars with 20s in their numbers, Charlie Shire, seen here in the 29 Coupe. When everybody else was running Pintos, Valiants, Gremlins, and Mustangs, Charlie kept the coupe bodies alive with his 29. Seen here heading around the half-mile East Windsor Speedway through turn number 2 in 1980. Charlie would have an illustrious career at the Nazareth Half Mile, and also was a strong runner in the Mod Car Series in the mid-'80s. That's Charlie Shire, 1980 East Windsor Speedway in the 29. Hope everyone enjoyed looking back at some more cars with 20s in their numbers. Next episode, we're going to plan to do some cars in their 30s. So please like, subscribe, and share. I'm Mike Feltenberger. Have a great day, and see you at the Speedway.